Welcome to JazzTime.com. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online. If you want to know the price of the watch, simply click on the links in the description below. We'd greatly appreciate it if you would buy a watch from JazzTime.com once in a while. So today we're going to be reviewing one of Rolex's new releases. This is the Rolex Oyster Perpetual in the 41mm. We'll be going over the dial, bezel, case, crown, bracelet class, and we'll talk about their movement towards the end of the video. For the specific reference number for this, or the model number, we're looking at the model number of 124300. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump into the dial now. So the dial is this very beautiful matte green coloration dial. As you can see, as I tilt it around in my light box, there's no sort of sunburst feature to this dial, but it does keep that sort of nice view in any angle. That matte green just really staying that nice consistent color in any angle. Looks absolutely gorgeous. Specifically for this model, the 41mm Oyster Perpetuals is actually kind of interesting what Rolex decided to do. They actually discontinued the previous model, which was the 116, I believe the 116000, which was a 39mm version of the Oyster Perpetual. They've actually discontinued that version and made three different millimeter size lines now. So we have the 41mm, the 36mm, and now the 31mm versions of these watches. Specifically, the Oyster Perpetual had a history of having sort of unique dial colorations that you wouldn't see on any other Rolex watches, such as for the previous model was the 39mm. It had I believe a grape dial or a dark rhodium dial, rather the grape dial being more the unique of the two. But now we have this sort of really nice green coloration. I believe it comes on other dial colors as well, such as the turquoise, which is a very nice light bluish color, yellow dial, also a pink dial, of course, and it's just a very standard black dial as well. And I believe there's also a red dial, not similar to the grape. It's actually sort of a more brighter red. Most of these the saturations on these dials are much higher, so they're sort of more like festive and more fun to look at. But like I said, I'll have YouTube videos for those reviews, dial reviews as well, so you can take a look on our YouTube channel in the upcoming weeks. But besides that, the dial itself is a fairly simple dial. We have index hour markers from the 1 to the 11 o'clock position all around. We have the Rolex Crown logo at the 12 o'clock position, the Rolex Oyster Perpetual name right underneath that, and the superlative chronometer officially certified text at the 6 o'clock position. The hour markers, the hour and minute hand are all luminous filled and also fashioned with 18 karat white gold to prevent any tarnishing. Specifically for the luminosity uses a highly legible chroma-light display with a long-lasting blue luminescence, which I'm going to show you here in a second. I'm going to go ahead and show off my light box. And there we are. You can see that very beautiful blue luminescence, making it very easy to read the dial during the night and easy to read during the day as well. As you can see at the 3, 6, and 9 o'clock position, you see you have the doubling up of the index hour markers, and that's actually for landmarking, easier reading of the dial at the glance, so you can easily just take a look at the watch and you can split the dial very quickly and you can see the time. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and turn on my light box back on again. But like I said, the dial colors that these Oyster Perpetuals are available in, for the top is 41mm, 36mm, 31mm, green dial, red dial, yellow dial, turquoise, and of course black dial as well, and pink. Alright, so let's go ahead and move on to the bezel now. The bezel is just a simple domed bezel. You can see it has that sort of curvature upwards towards the crystal of the watch. It's a very beautiful mirror polish on it to get a little more accent of shine to the face of the watch, since the dial color itself is just a matte coloration, so it makes the face even more interesting to look at. But that's pretty much all to say about the bezel. As we move on to the case now. The case size, as the name states, Oyster Perpetual 41. That's 41mm case size. So from an index finger to my thumb here, that's 41mm in diameter. Side profile view of the watch. You can see very beautiful high polish matching with that dome bezel and the mirror polish on the sides of the bracelet as well. On the other side, we have a nice mirror polish once more, and on the sides again. We have the Rolex crown logo at the 3 o'clock position. You can see the crown on the crown itself there, sort of underlined with a little indication. That indication is, as we move on to the crown features now, the indication that this watch is a twin lock double waterproofness system. So this crown itself actually unwinds counterclockwise as shown. In the standard positions where you can wind the watch, about 15 to 20 winds is all you need to get the watch started once more from a dead stop. Pulling the crown out to the only other position that this crown can come to will allow you to adjust the hands bidirectionally, so you can set the time however you like. And of course that does stop the second hand. As you see, I've stopped it right after the 11 o'clock position. I'll push the crown back in to start it once more, and I can just pull it back out to stop it close to the 12 o'clock position, and that allows for precise time settings such as 2 and atomic clock online. Pushing the crown back in, we'll start that second time once more, and always make sure to screw the crown nice and tight in against the case, as you want to keep your watch water resistant. Specifically for this Rolex watch, you're looking at 100 meters or 330 feet. Moving on to the bracelet now. The bracelet is a oyster style bracelet, nicely brush finished on all three of the links. Nice tapering from the first link downwards to the back, where it sort of matches the size and width of the clasp itself. That clasp is nicely brush finished as well. The Rolex crown logo is actually indented into the clasp itself instead of being sort of jutting outwards. And on the other side of the bracelet, once again, finishing up with that brush, nice taperation, nice tapering from the first link down. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the clasp now. So we're going to go ahead and open up that clasp. The clasp is opened up, and then now we have the Rolex logo on the high polished clasp blades itself there. So very beautiful high polished clasp blades. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in into the clasp itself, so you can take a look at that, the embossing onto the clasp blade itself. You can see very beautiful embossing. It just looks absolutely gorgeous on that high polish. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and close that up. And we're going to move on to the movement now. The movement is housed in this oyster style case backing. Nice brush finish at the very outer top of the case back. And then we have a nice mirror finish around border around that. For the movement itself, it's an updated movement, which the Oyster Perpetual 39 used to run a 3130 movement, which was a no date style movement, also used in the no date Submariner, which was the 114060. But moving on now, we have the 3230 movement, which is updated, I believe, back in 2015. So Rolex is trying to update all the movements of their previous watches, as they're trying to move away from the 3-decade-old 3130, 3135 movements, and so on and so forth. And additionally, they're trying to use more in-house made parts in their movements. So we do have a few updates here and there on the movement itself. But this movement is still a perpetual mechanical self-winding movement within the Swiss specs of -2 + 2 seconds a day. The specific things that were updated were the escapement. It's now called the Chronology escapement. So it's an escapement wheel that's been skeletonized and made out of a nickel phosphorus in-house by Rolex. The nickel phosphorus pairs with a paramagnetic blue parachrome hairspring in order to aid in resistance against magnetism, while the skeletonization of that escapement wheel helps with the reduction of inertia. So it helps with precise timekeeping and also energy efficiency. The energy efficiency is useful, as the power reserve is now boosted from the 48-hour power reserve to a 70-hour power reserve, meaning this watch can be put down on a Friday evening, picked back up on a Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening, and be keeping time just fine. Alright, besides that, the last thing that they've changed is the shock absorbers. They used to use the industry standard KIF shock absorbers. Now we're looking at Rolex's in-house made Paraflex shock absorbers, which they claim absorbs 50% more shocks than that industry standard KIF shock absorbers. Alright, let me go ahead and show you this watch on the wrist now. So we're going to go ahead and locate that folding oyster, open that up, place that on. You can see how easy it is to place that watch on. And there we are. You can see absolutely gorgeous green style coloration of that dial. You won't, like I said, the Oyster Perpetual line has unique style dial colors, the screen being one of them, so you won't see this on any other Rolex watch. But you can see side profile, not too high, will fit into the suit cuffs, dress cuffs very nicely. Brush finish, looking good throughout the whole bracelet. And like I said, that bezel just adds just enough shine to the face of the watch to make it a little bit more interesting than just the green by itself. So if you're interested in this watch or any other watch for the lowest possible price, check out our website, jazztime.com. We offer the lowest prices guaranteed. And if you like the video, please like, comment, subscribe below. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys soon.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.